Hi guys, welcome to March's Hopeful / TBR, which means I don't remember. I know. Chelsea, why start saying something if you don't remember? Girl, mom brain. I will claim that until I can't claim it no more. Okay. It's a new month. It is March, which means springtime is around the corner, which means we need some fresh reads with some fresh ideas. No fresh stickers though, because we're still loving our stickers. I want to say thank you for hanging out with me, for seeing what I'm reading. And as I said before, and I say all the time, I use this as a video diary for me, baby. So if you don't watch, it's okay. I will have this for me to document my reading journey. But I still appreciate you coming to hang out. But let's talk about it. What are we reading in March? Now let's start. March has been really hard picking a TBR. And let's talk about why. Okay? Why? Because I am in the mood for something particular. And I don't know quite sure. That made no sense. I'm not quite sure on how to obtain, research, what words to put to get what I'm looking for. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm in the mood for, because I'm also a mood reader. That's how I build my TBR. Once again, what am I in the mood for when it's time to start shopping for books? What am I in the mood for? Okay. I have really been enjoying Fated Mates, and I was just telling a friend why I enjoy Fated Mates. As a married woman, and as a woman who has been with her husband for what years is this? Oh my gosh, I'm going on 13 years. Wow. Um, where's the time go? We were babies. I like the aspect of when you are a fated mate, it's kind of like being married. You are married, you have to figure it out. You know that is the end goal, so they have to figure it out. They have to go through the trials and tribulations with the mindset of, I need to get my stuff together because this is the person I'm supposed to be with. So it's kind of like when you're married and you're irritated with your partner, you're like, well, this is my spouse. So I have to just work through it. It's not like dating where you can just be like, I don't want to do this no more. Deuces. I don't ever have to see you again. We don't have no kids. We don't marry. We don't have no property. Like, you can kind of take a clean break. But when you're married, you're invested in your relationship. So I like the fact that they're forced kind of to be like, I hate this man, or I hate this girl's annoying, but her smile's kind of cute, or I hate, you know what I mean? Like, they have to find the positive. So that's really been speaking to me. I also am liking Why Chooses without the sword crossing, if you remember. That is very important over here at the pages. We'll do that. If you do, more power to you. I ain't there yet. Not saying I will never be there. I'm just not there yet. And I have realized, as my husband has told me, you're greedy. And I said, at my big old age of 32, that I deserve to be greedy. If I want to be greedy, if I want to enjoy the fact that my characters get to be greedy and get to be loved on, obsessed with, fought over, protected from the front, the back, the side, above, below, surrounded by people who are obsessed with her, why would I not want that for her? I am a girl's girl. If you are my person, if you are my friend, my family, I want the best for you. And if that takes 4, 5, 3, 7, 8 people to have you the way you need to be have, I'm here. You do you, boo. I will cheer you on, girl. Get it. Go ahead. Go. Oh, you bed hopping? Ain't no secrets. Everybody know what's up. Go ahead, girl. I sit right here wait for you to finish. I've been in the living room. I've been in the kitchen. Go ahead. So those are the two things that I have really been enjoying. and not necessarily in the fantasy aspect, because I read one at the start of the year that was based in real world, not a lick of fantasy in it, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Um, I've done some Omega verse, excuse me, Omega verse books in 2024. Excuse me, at the end. Sorry, y'all. My husband made a good dinner. These are my new cups that I got from Amazon. Glass. I know we're boycotting, but mind your business. I needed these cups. um, but yes. What was I going to say? Oh yes. So I've read some Megaverse books at the end of 2024, and that's kind of where I got the why choose fated mates kind of thing, and I've really been obsessed with those. So just for warning you guys, those will probably be really heavy in the rotation until I get sick of it. But that's where I am. Okay. Of course, as always, I am in a book club, and we do two books, one in the romance genre, and one kind of thriller suspense kind of book. I know, opposite ends of the spectrum, but that's kind of how we do it. The first book that we're doing in book club, since it's already pulled up on my Kindle, and I'll have the picture here, of course, but I'll also show you because it's on my Kindle, is this book, A Fate of Wrath and Flame by K.A. Tucker. Now, if you rocked with me last summer, you know that K.A. Tucker holds a special place in my heart. She was the first romance spicy book series that me and my girls read. In 2024, I want to say, I'm pretty sure she was the first, and I think that's when all three of us looked at each other and was like, "Are we're all down for this? Okay, cool." So we read the Wolf Hotel series. Now, baby, that was my first introduction into adult spice books. Like without the fantasy aspect of it, because I've always been a fantasy girl. And I was like, okay, now that series, this writer, anytime somebody say I need a spicy book, I need a spicy series, K.A. Tucker's Wolf Hotel series, forever and always. Forever and always. Read it. Will not steer you wrong. And if you think you're vanilla, read that series. Read that series. She will have you raising your eyebrow like, there's some things on here I never thought about. Now, we'll be honest, there are some things on there that was a little too far, but it was a brief touch. It was kind of like putting your toe into the kiddie pool and then pulling it right back out. And I was like, not for me, but we're going to reverse it all back. We didn't stay too long over there. But that series, yes. So we got to this series. I know what you're thinking. Ma'am, that's not a romance book. That is not a romance book. This is a romantasy written by her, and my friends have never read. Well, take that back. Never is a strong word. The closest fantasy book that they've read, well, one read was Bride. That was it. And her adult life, I think before that might have been Twilight. Yeah. And so I was like, look, we know we like her writing. We devoured The Wolf Hotel. Let's try this romantasy series here. I think it's 3 or 4 books. We read a book a month. So if we like it, we'll go keep going. If not, we'll leave it up to each individual person to decide if they want to read it on their own. So we're giving that a try because we're trying to, we like romance with spice, not just romance. We're all married women. We know what romance looks like, and we know what spice looks like. We're happily married. But that is our zhush. That is the thing that we all text about it, be like, girl, did you get to chapter 15? Girl, yes, I did. So that's what we kind of bond over. We've been friends for years, but that is the book. Like Spice is our hearts. That's where we are. So we're gonna give that a try. We're also doing Midnight Feast as our thriller slash suspense book. One of the girls heard that was a really good book. When I looked on Kindle, because that is also a Kindle Unlimited book. Both of these are Kindle Unlimited books. This one, The Feast, I'm sorry, the K.A. Tucker book is on Kindle Unlimited. And the Midnight Feast, which is right here, is also on Kindle Unlimited. And it's basically about, I'm trying to say it without giving it away. It is basically about it's a whodunit. Basically, it's basically a whodunit. Something happens at this property, and you get multiple time jumps. You get the story told by multiple different people about what they saw, where they were on those days, until you get to the end of the book where you kind of figure out what happened and who was responsible. And we love a good whodunit because we did a good girl guide to murder. I always butcher that title. Always butcher it. So we love a good whodunit. Now we'll say if you're gonna listen to that book, it has thick accents, and this is not a book that you can listen to willy nilly. Like if you miss a couple of words, you'll be fine. No, you have to pay attention to all of the details. The accents don't bother me, but I will say I have not finished that book. And I'm excited to see if I do finish it, what I think about it, and can I figure it out before they tell me what happened? You know, I like to think I'm smarter than a fifth grader. If you know, you know. Okay. The next book on my series is a holdover from February, which is owned by Siren Crow and G.L. Thomas with no H, or Thomas, I guess you pronounce that. Um, First of all, again, the cover, gorgeous. A beautiful black woman in purple. And it is a fantasy that bleeds over into real world. So if you're not quite sure where fantasy is, it does start off in New York. And it kind of just builds from there. Love the book. It is a standalone kind of series. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to finish the series just because I love that book so much. I think. I think I'm gonna love that book. I'm speaking into existence. I'm gonna love that book. No, let me just start over. It is a interconnected standalone series. Book 2 is out. Book 3 comes out at the end of March, I believe, or April. And um, I'm excited to see if I enjoy this book and if I will continue the series. Okay, so that gives us 3 down. And then the fourth book is a recommendation from my co host on my Facebook show. I know I'm everywhere. On my Facebook show, Out of the Mouth of Grown Folks, she has recommended that I read 10,000 hours this month. Um, she's recommended I read 10,000 hours this month because I did not read In the Arms of a Thug, Secure in the Arms of a Thug last month. If you know why. If you watched this previous video before this, then you know why I didn't read it. Not anything against it, I just didn't get to it. So she was like, that was a great series. She read it without me. I don't think she quite understands what a buddy read is. I'm working on it, y'all. But she recommended to read 10,000 Hours. She's already read it. She said I will love it. This is the same person that recommended that I read Demon's Dream last fall. So we'll see how that goes. Urban romances. I'm trying to read more of those. I'm slowly getting there. Like I said, I try to keep an open mind. The only book series that I will never read is horror because I am a scaredy cat. You don't gotta wait for no one else to tell you that. Chelsea is a scaredy cat. Okay, so horror, those are not for me. I don't want to be spooked, scared, haunted. I don't want none of that. That's not for me. That's not for me. And that's for movies, TV shows, books, podcasts, autobiographies. I don't want none of that. That's not that's not for me. But anything else, I'll give it a try. And I did say that 2025 was a year that I did want to read more urban fiction, urban romances. So I am dead set on giving 10,000 hours a honest read. And then I am struggling to decide if I want to read any more of Drea Wells's books this month. She has an additional Hell Knight Academy story coming out. I think it's the continuation of not the main characters, but the other branch off characters from that series that comes out at the end of the month. So I might do that. Oh, I also have the last book of Hell Knight series. I was so excited to see that I forgot. So I have to finish that. So the Hell Knight Academy series has 3 books. And so the last book right here is also on my TBR. So I have that one, 10,000 Hours, Midnight Feast, the 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 K.A. Tucker book, and Owned. I think that's enough books, guys. I think that's enough. 5 is enough. There's only 4 weeks in March. So I think that is enough books. If I'm in the mood for Drea Wells's books, because I'm really obsessed with her books, and I believe I found another author. No, I didn't. I've kind of been looking at Siren Crow's stuff, but I want to see how Owned is first. So I will let you guys know how it is. I'm back to the curls, guys. I know it's been a minute. I'm feeling myself. Got my nails done, as you saw in the other video. So yeah, I will let you know. So it's a lot of fantasy this month. It's a lot of romance this month, which it's really, that's my 2 intersections on the street. Romance, fantasy. I'm right at home. I can either make a left, I can make a right. I can just stand right there on the corner under the stop sign. Oh, I just had an idea for a cute t-shirt. I'm gonna have to draw that up. Mm, yeah. So yeah, this is where I am in March. I'm hoping that I can read all these books. All have there. I'm all excited for all of them. And this is a little late posted because I have already started reading. But I'm not gonna spoil anything for you. So that means you have to come back at the end of the month to see what I thought and if I would recommend it. And as you saw on last month's video, everything I read is not for me or my cup of tea. So I appreciate you for hanging out. Please come hang out with me on TikTok while it's still available. You can find me on Instagram. You can always follow me here, subscribe. And if you really are vibing with me and you want to see more of me outside of books, every Wednesday on Facebook, I am doing a live show called Out of the Mouths of Grown Folks every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you can come hang out with us, or we could just hang out here and read books. And as always, if you have any recommendations on what I should read, please drop them in the comments. Always. And don't forget to share these with any other book lovers that you love. All right. I appreciate it, guys. Bye.